this computer. Okay, this is our other weekly team chat. Get ready for the week. Talk about what we're doing. Talk about just talk about anything. I want to open up. I got on a Zoom, not a Zoom chat. It was like a live chat with Carl today, and he brought up like three very like points that like got me thinking like, oh, I am not doing that. And one of them was like he said he was pretty surprised. He thought we would, as coaches, as a whole, as a network, would be promoting and actually using more of the daily sunshine than has anticipated. You know, then I mean, he anticipated more than is actually happening. And I know that a lot of people aren't, just coaches in general aren't using or not buying daily sunshine for their, for their kids. I know the price point is kind of high, versus what is in it. You know what I mean? But if you think about it, like this is another good talking point. I mean, this is one of the reasons why we don't spend the money to get it Shakeology certified organic and certified GMO and all that stuff, because of that's how, that would make the price point so much higher. But I mean, like my kids, they drink it. I mean, it was so funny because today they actually came home and like asked for it. And I'm like, well, that's a lot better than asking for something else. So it's not like I'm getting it like I held off. It's got the email saying, your next one's coming next month. And I just clicked the link and said, hold off for the month. So, I mean, it does spread out between both my kids for a couple months. So the price point gets a little bit better, and they like the idea because they can shake it up. But again, if we as coaches, aren't talking about it, our kids aren't drinking it, and we're not all about it, then it's not gonna go. But you do have to realize that's another volume generating product that can be used, especially if they're already being prescribed to drink Ensure, or they're actually really having a hard time getting their kids to eat. This is really a really, really, really good product. No, they don't have to be drinking it every day like we do for Shakeology, or have to be on home direct every day. But I mean, buying one to last a couple months, it does, and the price point does end up even and out of what they can give. Some coaches, they said they actually pack it in their lunches for their kids. Like they put the little things, they put the little packets in the shaker cup, and that's part of their lunch. So like they're having that as their lunch while, with maybe a half a sandwich or something. So there's so many different ways of like using that, you know what I mean? Or another coach was saying that she has 5 kids, y'all. Like this woman's got 5 kids. Like, first of all, that's crazy. This right there. But she keeps it, instead of like, like a lot of times, I know for myself, I always stockpile my bag or my car with like fruit snacks and bars and all this stuff. She actually, because you can mix it with water, you know what I mean? She actually keeps the shaker cups and packets in her car. So if her kids are like screaming that they're hungry and they can't live, they just shake it up and they have it in the car. So it's like, yeah, the price point is a little higher than, like a normal candy bar or a box of a snack that you can get. Because I stock up at Costco all the time for snacks. You know what I mean? Once a month I get a big old box of fruit snacks and a big old box of bars. Because to keep them entertained so they don't freak out. We feed them. Like especially like me and Tanya, our babies are our little Sam's daughters are a little bit older, but to keep them occupied. So we have to start thinking about that. It's like, yes, but if we're initially everything that comes into our face or comes into and we start thinking about that it's going to be too much, then yes, our people are going to think it's going to be too much. But if you start thinking like, well, how can it benefit somebody? Yeah, maybe they're not going to get a home direct or they need it every month. I totally get that. But it is a really easy, quick snack for our kids. So.
But do they have like a sample pack to see like... Yeah. Okay.
Well, there was a sample pack when we were at Summit. Hold on.
That's one on it's like, it went straight to, it's like, I don't remember seeing, I would have to look. That's $100 and some off the, back, even if it's over a few months. If they don't like it, then you just kind of just wait.
Definitely. I'm going to go look right now. I've noticed my laptop is I need to go take it in or have somebody look at it or something, but I feel like my laptop is sucking up a lot. There's something running in the background because it's sucking up a lot of bandwidth. So like if I'm like in the kitchen on my laptop and I try to go to Netflix, like it kicks me off of Netflix. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's really weird. So I'm going to look on my phone real quick because I don't have it on the internet. Anyways, but I mean, those are just, you know, things to think about, right? You know what I mean? That could benefit our friends that have kids. Like I said, not something that's going to be an everyday thing or a monthly thing, but if they have it on, you know, where they could give them for lunches, they could have afternoon snacks, you know, and so forth. That's just another, it's a really great low sugar, high quality snack for our kids, you know, especially the ones that are not getting the food that they need.
I still have, just to let you know, I still have to get that recharge. My money this month has been like so freaking bad. The last few months, they've just been so bad.
Really?
Like, yeah. We actually had to cancel our trip to Vegas because it was like, we can't even afford that.
Oh no. That we need to really get focusing on getting some sales here so that we can start building the income. Okay, so there is a Daily Sunshine sampler, and you get 4 packets, 2 chocolate, 2 strawberry bananas, and it retails for $19.95.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's another great, like, you know, sample, you know, group, like a 4-day, you know, Daily Sunshine group to all your parents. Like, you know, we need to start thinking of how to get this into more people trying it out, because especially, you know, if parents find something that their kids are going to enjoy, they're going to get it.
Yeah, especially if you can get them to eat, because kids are so picky.
Exactly.
Well, I think when you hit the point of you know, parents, just because, I mean, for me, I could even try and do it as, excuse me, I'm driving.
I was about to say, Sam, don't die. I was like, I see you driving and all of that.
Mama, pull over.
No, we're good. We're good. Can't miss it. That's why I'm looking out the window and just talking to you guys. But I mean,
yeah, playing with the air and everything else.
Right. Promoted as not even as a promoting, but, you know, I mean, we as parents, and I can say this, you know, for me as a dance mom, there's 3 nights a week where my daughter is dancing until 8 o'clock at night, and trying to get extra food in her, even though she's eating now, she ate earlier. I know she's going to be hungry again, you know, and the Shakeology is tattoos for her. It's a little helping for the stomach ache.
Yeah.
But if you give them that Daily Sunshine and you put it as because I mean, I'm still paying, you know, 2 or 3 for those 3 nights a week, actually more like 4 or 5, just to get her the grilled chicken leg at the grocery store with some vegetables. So money out is something that I could be making on that. So I mean, stuff. I mean, I can probably, you know, maybe promote it to the dance moms in my group, you know, or even just moms in that group, like you said, because I think it'll hit home with those ones of, okay, what do we do when it's late or our kids need that extra boost?
Yeah, that extra boost. And also, too, parents can help you. Like, it was interesting because Carl, when he was doing the Zoom chat, he's like, he already had his shake for breakfast. So his afternoon snack was a Daily Sunshine. So he's drinking a Daily Sunshine while he's doing the call for his afternoon snack because he already had his shake for the morning, you know? So, I mean, there's just so many different ways that we can get this in people's hands that it's going to benefit them, you know, not just trying to sell it to them, but they really can benefit them to have an afternoon snack, their kids to have an afternoon snack, you know, like for us, it's really simple because my kids drink it while we're going to swim because they get out of school at 2:45. Swim is at 3:30. So we get home, we change and drive to swim, you know what I mean? And they're drinking, you know, and then they're still starving by the time we get done with swim. So can you imagine that they didn't, you know, like, at least I'm giving them something. And, you know, one of the things that's a little different between Shakeology and Daily Sunshine is that since it has less stuff in it, that's why it's more pediatrician approved, because the stuff that's in it it's not like a a new thing. You know what I mean? A lot of times, like, well, we don't. It's not that ingredient is bad. It's that we don't know what it can do. You know, and the stuff that's in it is, you know, it's known and stuff like that. So this is just things we need to think about getting these in people's hands. Not that they don't have to get on Home Direct. Not that we're trying to get, Success Club points, but that this is going to generate volume for us and help parents. And, another thing that a parent said, or another coach said, is that when it's their kids' turn for snack time, for what, I don't remember what sport she said that they were doing. Hey, Carmen, how you doing, girlfriend? Yeah, good to see you. Oh, man. Well, it's going to get better. The rainbow comes, right? We can only see rainbows after a storm. It's coming.
Yes.
But she said that when it's her son's turn, or I don't remember if it was son or daughter, but her child's turn for a snack for whatever team that they're playing, guess what she brings everybody? You know, so they get an orange and a daily sunshine, you know? So it's just, like, this is an amazing product that we have that we are not sharing because we see the price. We're like, oh God, no, we can't. They're not getting, but if you think about it as a parent, if they find something that their kids will eat and they don't feel guilty about going, here, go shake it. I mean, my 6-year-old actually goes and makes it herself. Like, so like we don't have to, but you don't have to have that guilt that your kid is, having chocolate right now and they think it's really cool. Like, I think it's like an untapped resource that we really need to start, sharing with people. The other thing that he talked about, and I realized, I'm like, why do I never do this? Is that one of the things that he was talking about was, okay, so yes, we don't get that quick volume push whenever there's a new release of a product now because of All Access, right? And everybody's like, oh my God, we don't have volume because every time a new product comes out, we're not getting it. Just comes on demand. He's like, I understand that was like a hard turn, that we had to shift the way we're doing. He's like, but one of the things he in his mind, I guess he envisioned that we would do more 3-day refreshes as a team, like 3-day refreshes as a team or 3-day refreshes as a challenge group. And I thought about that. I'm like, I hardly ever push that, and it's funny because I actually started thinking like my sugar intake is going, like, it seems like every week I'm eating more sugar and more sugar. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not being very strong with my sugar. Like, I just told Tanya, I just had like a handful of animal crackers. Like, what the hell? Who is that? That's not even me. Like, I actually was like, oh, that's not. Let me eat another animal cracker. So I was like,
you're right. I think we're all like.
So I was thinking, I was like, I think I need like not the 3-day refresh for like the losing the weight, but just to kind of kick the sugar habit. You know what I mean? And then he says that today. So I was like, oh, and so we do, not so much as like as our challenge group, but as a team wide, like let's just do the 3-day refresh. I know Carmen, that was one of her things that she was going to do. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't we pick a date and then we all do it together, and then if we invite our people. But this is just another way. I mean, these are, everybody goes, we want consumables. I hear that from coaches, like, we want bars and we want, shit, we have consumables. We have, daily sunshine. We have the 3-day refresh. My Activate came yesterday. So I have my Activate, that I'm going to start taking. Last night was the first day I went back to Derm Exclusive.
How do you like it?
So far, I mean, I used it before and I liked it. I don't remember why I stopped. I think I was like wanting something more and I thought that I was going to get something else. But I mean, I used it last night. You know what? I think the reason why I was kind of like turned from it in the original thing is that it doesn't really have a face soap. Like the face wash that comes with it, it's more like you rub it and wipe it off. Mm. And as now, between a couple years ago when it came out to now, I've read that that's actually better for your skin because you're not taking all the, you're not being harsh with it, and the less you kind of manipulate the face, the less you get wrinkles.
Okay.
I read that somewhere. It was one of those things that came up on Facebook. But you know what I mean? So it's just so I just started last night. And also too, I did get the Roden Fields Lash Boost. And you're supposed to wash your face before you do it. So it's like all this is like hand in hand, making me have to wash my face at night, blah, blah, blah. So I got that. I got my Activate. So we do have some other consumables, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure we're going to get more, but let's use what we have, right? So that's what I'm thinking. It's like we need to set a date and let's all like together, you know what I mean? Go do a 3-day refresh, you know what I mean? Get that going. Think about ways to like introduce daily sunshine to our parents that have children, especially younger children. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to get them to eat. You know, like, it's such a pain in the ass. And then, so, I mean, we have an amazing product. And yes, I understand that the price is a little bit higher, but really, is it that much higher than them, you know, buying all this stuff at Costco, or, you know, how many, I mean, like, one daily sunshine probably will fill them up between the fruit snack, the applesauce, and the bar that they all ate, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's a little bit more filling for them. So, I mean, is it really that much more expensive than feeding them all that stuff too, you know? So, and it's chocolate. And it's, like, Kaya likes chocolate, and Kason likes strawberry banana, or Kaya just likes anything Kason won't have. If you saw that video of them fighting yesterday, on what flavor they're gonna have. And the cool thing is, like, they really come to me and be like, I want my daily sunshine, you know. So it's not like I'm, you know, so those are the, and the other thing that he mentioned before we start talking more about what everybody else is doing, and I thought this was a really, really exciting thing that he said. I didn't think about this, but so we do know that All Access anniversary is coming up. Do you know what that means? That if you, I know, Carmen and Tanya, you didn't have anybody, you know, because you guys came in afterwards, or you started doing the stuff afterwards. But anybody that was one of the first people to get on the All Access, because we had the upgrade, like, if you're already here, you can upgrade for a certain amount or whatever. That's going to be a lot of volume that's going to be happening in the next couple of months, because everybody's annual renewal is going to start renewing. And if we do our job and really, you know, the people that are on it now or getting on that, remind them of all the new stuff that's coming, that's available, that they want to stay on that, like the 80-day obsession. I don't know if you guys are following any of the coaches that are on the test group. I'm freaking excited for it, because I have literally seen these coaches, these women, shrink. Like, they were already tiny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were already fit, but I am, like, watching their IG stories, watching them, and I'm, like, blown away about how tiny they are. And if they're, you know, speaking the truth, they're eating all day long. Like,
but you ready to give up your liquor?
I'm like,
because it's like no cheats, like, for 80 days. I'm like, that's my only problem. Like,
I'm usually pretty good, but being a kindergarten teacher, my liquor is like my only cheat.
I'll be good Monday, Tuesday.
I'm with you, Teresa. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm with you, because I was like, wait, for 80 days, nothing? Right. I was like, I could do everything else, but I was like,
that's the one thing about it. We don't have to be all up on, like, the way they're doing. We're not in a test group, thank God. I was in a test group. I don't do that again, because I was like, no, I want to drink my margarita. Alcohol.
I mean, vodka and soda counts, right? It's low calorie.
Yeah, there's no calories in that. It's not even carbs. It's like air.
Right? It's like water, just with alcohol.
Yeah, I couldn't believe, because I'm following, like, several of them, and I'm like watching them, and they're like, yeah, like, no cheats for like 40 days so far, like, none of this, none of that. Like,
well, you know what? And there was a lot of, like, because when we did, you know, Shift Shop, that was 6 weeks, you know, and nobody cheated. And it was Mother's Day, it was Father's Day, and I was like, it's Mother's Day. I'm going to have a lot of mimosas. I'm a mother to 2 wonderful children.
That make me drink.
You're right.
But I mean, this is the thing. But if we, you know, hype it. I mean, like I said, literally, I'm seeing these women, like, just shrink in front of me.
Yeah.
And yes, okay, they're not drinking, but they are eating all day long. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I saw one of them. They're like, we get to have cookies today. Like, I don't know we don't know the whole story, but it's advertising. It's appetizing to me. You know, I'm like, I can't wait. And I see some of the moves that they're doing, and it looks.
The moves look cool.
The moves look really like a really fun program. So this is something that's going to want. And then we have the clean ones coming up, the 7-day clean week or whatever is coming up. And then we have Tony Horton's family one that's coming up. And then we know we have 80-day obsession coming up. And who knows what else is going to be coming up? You know, what else is going to be, you know, becoming available. So this is the things that we need to be sharing and talking to our people and letting them know that there's happening. So they want to stay on all access. They see the value of paying the $99 all over again. That's going to increase volume. You guys just doing it is going to increase volume. Your people doing it is going to increase volume. So yes, we may had a low volume because we weren't getting, all the stuff for, Body Beast, the new Body Beast, or, Shift Shop and You versus Two, whatever. But we're going to get pretty soon that volume is going to be going up because people are going to be renewing. That being said, you want to make sure your emerald in a solid emerald, that you're that 500, that you're a 500 emerald and your people, your coaches are 500 because yes, that's wonderful. There's going to be a lot of volume, but if you're not an emerald and you don't have people under you that, you know what I mean, then you're not going to benefit from the volume. So you got to be emerald. You got to be, and recruiting people, you know what I mean, to keep that volume going, getting higher. So I know for myself, when he said that, I'm like, I forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah, all these people that were on all access, that either upgraded or they're brand new, whatever, they're all going to come up to renew. And I was like, I got to get my button gear because I'm going to be maxing out at being like right now I'm a 7-star and I'll be, if that volume really does go up the way they're saying it, then I'm going to be maxing out. So I need to increase my rate, and get back to 9-star and stuff. So this is just things that I want. It was brought up to me, you know what I mean? And it got my brain going, oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh yes, I'm doing this. Oh yes, we need to do that. So I definitely like to do some sort of like team-wide 3-day refresh coming up. Really get into doing something for, Daily Sunshine, trying to figure out some sort of way to get that into more people's hands so they can try it out. And then we saw that they do have a sample pack. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about, so I have been promoting, and I don't know if you guys are doing it too or sharing it over, but I've been talking to quite a few people, getting them psyched up for the Shakeology intro. So this Friday would be their deadline to order their challenge pack. Their sample pack. And I got a couple that said that they're ready to go. Friday, of course, is payday. So that's what they're, ready to go. So we'll see what happens. But I'm getting people saying they're interested into my event. So I've been sending them messages saying, hey, you're interested. Do you know Shakeology? Stuff like that. If you guys are wanting to do this, I would suggest like creating your own event. You know what I mean? Because the thing's not going to happen in the event. The thing's going to happen in the group. But you guys could create your own event. You can copy what I have in my event and invite your friends and then get them over to the group. That way you can control who's coming in there. And like I said, this is, Dalila, I don't know if you saw the call last time, but Shannon did this group, last month. And so basically she has them buy the 2 sample packs and they walk them through every day. Everybody does the same flavor every day. They provide a few recipes, and then you just talk about Shakeology and the benefits. And so like in my event, every day I'm kind of posting like why Shakeology is important, posting videos, to get people more excited or whatever. But I, like to get that going if you guys wanted to do that. That's what I've been working on. But the majority of my messages that I've been doing in my power hour the last couple of days have been people who have either commented on some of the stuff in my event or said that they were interested. I've just been not really sending them friend requests. I'm just sending them messages. And they are responding, oh, I do know Shakeology, or I didn't. I had one girl going, oh, I thought this was free. Because, well, your name has free.
Oh, like, wow.
That's the 4th person that thought whatever they were going to get from me was going to be free because my name is Teresa Hansen Fit and Free. So I'm going to need to change my name.
Yeah, I never would have put that together.
No, but that's what, after the 4th person in the last month, I'm like,
wow.
Maybe might need to change that to something else. You know what I mean? Because I was like, he's like, well, you said fit and free. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fit. And I'm, okay, well, we're going to, if I have to explain it.
It's free dumb, yeah.
You know what, T? I can actually see that because the way that it comes up, I can see why people would think that was free.
Mm-hmm. So I need to get a different name or something, something different to change that. Because I'm like, no, honey. Okay, well, it is there. And I'm like, if I have to explain, you get to explain your name or explain your brand, then you're not doing it right. So I need to change that. So that's what I had. So that's what I've been working on. If you guys saw, I put up a whole bunch, because one of the things too is our goal is to get people who get on Shakeology to stay on Shakeology. And so I went through the Shakeology fan page, and I found a few other stuff, and I created, I don't know if you guys saw, but I created that drive where I put all these different images, like ingredient spotlight, the survey thing or whatever, so that we can just start posting in your groups and just be like, once a week, twice a week, just, giving them reasons to remind them why we want to stay on Shakeology, because that's great that we get a Success Club point and we get them in that challenge pack, but we want to keep them in that, you know what I mean? Like, that's the goal, is to keep them drinking their Shakeology so they really see the benefits of that, and that creates the residual volume for us as well. So, get them on that. So that's me. That's what I've been working on, trying to get that group going and just sending messages like nonstop to the people who have been commenting on that event. So, anybody else have thoughts, concerns? We're so glad that Carmen is okay and her house is okay.
Thanks, guys. How's the weather there now, Carmen?
It's beautiful now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
I almost missed the call. I was scrubbing the carpet in my closet because we had water leak in there and we didn't know it. So I spent the last 3 hours cleaning carpets.
Oh, no.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my goodness. So anybody else? What are you guys working on? What is our goals here? Like, I told you some of the things that like Carl was talking about. Like, do you guys have any thoughts about that? Like, what are we doing for September?
Well, I liked, your post about having customers transition over to like the coaching discount. I thought was really great. So I noticed, like, with my last shipment of Shakeology, it actually went up like a couple bucks. So for the next shipment, it's usually like 108. And this time it was like 110. So now with the changes coming up on the 14th, does that mean the coach's price goes up to 115?
No, I don't.
Am I misunderstanding that?
Yeah, no, this is just people who are on the club, non-coaches.
Right.
Who had the club membership, they are getting rid of the 10% discount.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but that's weird that your Shakeology went up.
Yeah, maybe it was just the shipping was different. So maybe that was a one-time thing. So we'll see when I get it this month if it changes.
Yeah, I would go look back at your the invoice. You can go look at your invoice on the previous office view, because Shakeology should still be the $98 or whatever, right?
Okay.
And your shipping should only be $2. Like, they shouldn't change shipping. It should always be $2. And we haven't changed taxes in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm like, as far as I know, we haven't.
So I don't.
Yeah, I just like that diagram, and I feel like when I continue to talk to people, I would still suggest like being a incentive coach. I mean, saying you would still get that discount.
Well, and the thing is, the crazy thing was, like, after we got the all access and everything, I actually stopped telling people about being a discount coach, because it really made no sense. Because they literally, with all access and that 10% discount, including the monthly fee, they literally were saving like $4 or $5 a month. Becoming like transitioning from like being a club member to going to a coach. And I mean, for me, that wasn't a good enough discount for them to do that, and it wasn't a big enough discount for me to have them as a coach. And then I'd rather me coach them than them being on a coach. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But now that they're getting rid of that 10% discount, then yes, it definitely, if somebody's on there, regularly, then that's that is a good incentive again, because it was a great incentive. It saves them like $700. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it didn't do that. I actually sent that message out, and I, against my better judgment, I did it through the Beachbody email system. Like, I went through all my customers and sent it through there, and I think I got one person that responded.
Okay.
Because their email system, it is not has a really good open rate, but I really didn't want to import all my customers into Agile and take up space of people who just never answered anyways. You know what I mean? Because you only get a limited amount of emails that you can, and then you have to like pay more for more emails. So I just send it out through that, and I just sent the link to that form. Now, if they fill out that form, then they'll go into my Agile system. But I heard that MailChimp has a better open rate, and Google Streak has a good open rate. So if you don't have something, you know, that is something that's might be worth looking into. But I sent it out because I honestly don't know if maybe because we're coaches, but I don't remember Beachbody or getting any kind of notification that 10% was going away.
Me either. This was the first I've heard. I remember they said something at Summit that some things were changing, but I thought it was the layout of the coach office.
Yeah.
I think they did say that they would change, but I
remember them saying that it was going to go away, but I never got an email.
Yeah.
Them letting me know, but I don't know if they send it just to customers, because there's stuff that they send just to customers and they don't send to us.
Okay.
So who knows? But at least they can say if anybody says anything like, yes, your coach did send you something.
Yeah.
So that's that. So, I mean, yeah, so we can, you know, people are on their Shakeology for a long, at least now it does make sense for them to switch over to be a coach for that 25% off, because now they really will be making, having a savings because that 10%, that 10% they're getting with the club, with the $16 a month as being a coach, it wasn't that much of a savings for them, but now it's back to being a savings. So definitely something you can, you know, talk to your people about. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I had. Like, those was like the only thing I really. If anybody have anything else they want to say before I talk about the video I watched today? So does anybody get the Darren Hardy daily videos at all? So I signed up for Darren Hardy's thing like a couple years ago remember, Dalila, when Darren Hardy was on it? So I signed up for his thing, and so every day I get up, and after I think the first 6 months I listened to every single one of them, and then after a while they'd come through my text message. I was like, Well, for some reason today I clicked on it. I don't know why, because God told me to, but it made so much sense, because he was talking, because you know how they always talk about the tortoise and the hare, you know, and that even though the hare is fast, but the tortoise was smart, and so he beat the hare. Well, he went on, he continued the story. It's like sequel, like part 2 of Tortoise and the Hare. And so basically in his story, he said, so the hare realized that he kept losing to the tortoise. So he went and got better. He got better skills and figured out how to beat the tortoise. So then he started beating the tortoise. And he thought he was he was bad again, and he was Mr. Cool Guy, whatever. This is T's version of it, right? I'm speaking T version, not Darren Hardy version. But, you know, he got all bad and everything. Well, then they went on this new track for racing, and all of a sudden the hare is kicking ass again. He's running, and he gets to a riverbank. Well, the rabbit can't swim. So here comes the tortoise. What does the tortoise do? He jumps into the water and he swims across the river, and guess who wins the race? The tortoise again, you know? And so that made the hare realize that there are some things that he's really good at, and there's some things that the tortoise is really good at. And if they come together and became a team, then they would kick ass the next race. So that's what they did. The next race, they actually teamed up. And so they took off, and the hare went really, really, really fast and got to the riverbank, and then they switched. And the tortoise got in the water, and the hare got on top of the tortoise, and then they went across the bank. And so they won the race. And the whole thing was about learning what your weaknesses are and learning what your strengths are, and then teaming up with people so that everybody can okay, I'm really good at organization, but I'm really good at graphics. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, so that everybody has their part, and then the whole team wins. It was all about teamwork. And I was like, that was the best story ever. So I've been trying to, the sad thing about it is I was trying to write out what my strengths were and I couldn't. So I cannot really have you guys do it until I do it. But I definitely think we should think about that. Like if we could all like just sit down and like write out our 3, because the Darren Hardy homework was write your 3 strengths and your 3 things that you need to work on, you know, or 3 things that, and then you would come together and be like, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, and then we could figure out, okay, this is our plan. You handle this, you handle that, you handle this, you know what I mean? And then we can all work together on what we're good at and not have to worry about the things that we're not good at, and then we could win and get across the river. Because I really want to get across the river. River's pissing me off.
Well, I guess your strength is like your graphics, because I can't even do half that stuff that you do.
That was like the only thing that's on my list. So that's why I was like, I'm good at graphics.
I got another. So, and your other one is determination. So that's a strength.
Yeah.
And the third one is your laugh. See? You got
Perfect.
That's great.
That was 3.
Get us across the river, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when you were telling that story, my brain cells really went like, who else was they racing? Because I thought it was just Chris and the hair. So I'm sitting here going, wait, so it was just them in the race? And I totally got completely off the point of the story because I was stuck. I was like, wait, isn't it just them in the race? So sorry about that.
I don't know who else is in the race. Darren didn't say that part. I have to send him a message. My teammate wants to know who else he was racing.
Yeah.
I'm very visual. I'm very, very like, okay, so you said this, right?
Wire, there's an elephant.
Like I need to know all the pieces, because you can't just give me part of a story and then go, and I'm supposed to believe you? Yeah, I don't believe. Sorry.
So we can have our traits and put them all together, you know, like you know.
I got that part afterwards. I just kind of got stuck on the.
I can see your face. I was like, am I not making sense right now? Like, it sounded so good in my head, but the thing is, it's like we all have our beautiful strengths, you know what I mean? And we all have things that we need to work on. But instead of spending, and that's why I think it was it John Maxwell that said that? Like, don't work on the things that you're not good at. Find somebody to do those and perfect the skills that you are already good at. You know, like, you know, they always say, work on what you need, work on what you lack, right? That's what we're taught for so long. I swear, I think it was John Maxwell or somebody that said that. It's like, no, don't work on those things. Like, figure out that you can do it and then hire somebody to do that and focus on what you're already good at and get perfect at that one, you know, because you're already good at that. Spend your time focusing on that. And it just made sense. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I sent like Dara and I sent Jessica and I sent Emma that question. So I was like, okay, these people are been, you know, rocking, and I want to know what they feel like their strengths are and their weaknesses, like to really figure out, create this like powerhouse. And like with us, we're always working together. You know what I mean? We're always in the success pod. We're on the calls. It would be good if we could figure out, not only do we work together and come together every Tuesday, but that we're actually working together to build something. Not just coming up here and just talking, you know, but if we're like, okay, these are my strengths, this is my, you know, weakness. Okay, our goal is that we want to be a 500 PV coach, or we want to be a 500 PV diamond coach. Well, what do we got to do? Well, first of all, we need to figure out how to become a 500 PV coach. And then we got to figure out how to train our coaches to be a 500 PV coach. And we have to learn how to recruit people. We need to have a better system of recruiting people to our challenge groups, and recruiting people to be in our team. So if we figure out, okay, these are our goals, these are our skills, let's figure out a system to get all that done. Okay, go. That's the point. And so I thought it was really good. I'm like I said, I haven't clicked on those links in so long, and I don't know why that one. I was like, what? The tortoise and again? What is? I don't know. I just clicked on it. I was like, oh, that's it. Like that's what we need to work on. So I know we can do this. I know all of us can make this successful. We just need to plan this, like we need to get this rocking and rolling. And, and then with the UK people coming, you know what I mean? Like we just, there's just a language barrier. I'm not going to lie. Remember, Carmen, I was like, what the hell does this mean? What's a stone?
No. That's funny.
I was so, because I'm talking to a couple people from the UK and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about at all. It's really hard. But, we have a whole country, continent or whatever. I don't even know what it is. Is it a country or a continent? The UK. Because, isn't there lots of countries in the UK?
Mm-hmm. It's like a,
so what do you call that? Like
the UK. Yeah. UK. I don't know.
Shut up, Dalila.
I know. I was never good at social studies.
It's like a country. I guess they have different like we consider our states like the U.S. is considered a country, and they have different states in it. That you the UK is like their country. You have like England, all these other different states is inside of it.
Okay,
correct.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, I thought that's what they were all countries into one. So you could tell geography was not my.
Yeah, I'm like.
I was a math major. Remember, math major.
I was an accountant, so. Wait, I still am. Damn.
Which I was thinking too. I was like, are you not honing in your accounting skills of figuring out more more visual?
I can your budget. I can lay out your budget. I can project. You tell me how much money you're gonna make. Give me your expenses. I can have you for the next couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. And not so much as our budget, but figure out more of graphics. Because my brain's wrap up okay, so this is how much you can make off this. This is the volume. This is that. 500 PV. If you're 1,000 PV coach, this is the money that you're going to be in. You know what I mean? That it's a visual, not me just keep saying 500 PV, 500. You know what I mean? That we have some sort of visual numbers that be okay, this is why I want to work towards that. You know what I mean? And shift the gears. I just don't know I don't even know how to explain it to what to be shown. You know what I'm saying?
You just take what your total volume is and see how much it actually costs, and this is what you actually have to get it, and you project it out per month, and then that's what you actually show as your revenue. But then you also have your expenses because you're still spending stuff every single month, so you gotta have to show the good and the bad at the same time.
Yeah,
because most people just show the good, so it's like people forget that you're also still spending money.
Yeah.
So no, it's easy to show.
Yeah, that's what we need to.
There's the accountant nerd coming out. So
that's what I'm saying. Maybe if we can figure out a way, a graph or something to show people making money for Christmas for their family. You know what I mean? Because I don't remember, Dalila, a few years ago they had that graphic. If you sold so many challenge packs or sold so many stuff, that this is how much money you would be able to make for Christmas for presents and stuff like that. I just don't know. My brain doesn't work that way to figure it out. You know what I mean? The income, this is how many challenge packs you have to sell. This is how many this you have to sell. Or that one graphic that I shared, to make $200 in a month, you had to sell this many, different products and stuff like that. Something like that would be cool to be hey, this is what our goal. If this is what you want to make for Christmas, something like that.
I do have a question. I know me and Cameron have both had this whole thing about warm market versus cold market. And so I think, how do you, besides, doing the promotions and doing the boost and everything, which really hasn't helped that much. I've gotten a few likes on my pages, but how do you get yourself out there so that it's not just the same people every single time liking your stuff, or just, those same people commenting, but those people aren't really going to do anything because you've already tried them. I think that's one of the things that I would love to try to figure out, of how to do that part, because I mean that's a struggle for me, because I don't think that I'm going to get any sales. I don't think I'm going to get anyone if no one is seeing me.
Yeah.
If no one is hearing me.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And my warm market is a bunch of lazy, cheap.
Right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like real right now. They some lazy, cheap ass bastards who don't want to do a damn thing except want to borrow my goddamn password to get into my on demand, and they lazy. So I'm just being real, and it's hard because it's like you said, you're fit and free. Yeah. They hear, oh, so you want me to join? So can I borrow your password so that I can log in? Hell no, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Oh, I remember that before it was passwords. Well, you're not doing that program anymore. Can I borrow?
Right. Can I borrow your CDs?
Yeah, you're not using that. You're doing a different program now, aren't you? Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I can and download. I can download it from this site. Can I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the struggles, because then you got, that's my biggest thing right now, is just trying to get myself out there so that, other people see me and see the benefits, because I can tell you, my friends and family, I would not call them to be put on my next cellular plan because I knew them fools wouldn't pay. So, I'm just not doing it. I'm just being real. They just not there. They're not supportive the way that they should, the way that I would want them to be supportive. I should say it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tanya, you have so much personality. Like, right. I mean, it's unreal. And I believe, like, if you took the social team builder training and put that into action, you would have so many people following you. Because if you talked in live videos like you do when you're talking to us, and start to get some people watching, running some ads the way they teach in that training, I really think your page would blow up. Like,
Carmen, if you watch her live videos, she does talk like this.
Right, but that's why I mean, like,
I'll probably offend someone.
And that's okay.
If they offend you, they can block you. You can block them. Somebody actually on my event goes, "This is bullshit and it's too expensive."
I saw that.
And I was like, ban, block.
Peace out, yo.
I don't, fine, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like it, I understand. But coming up on my page and swearing, no. I'm going to ban you and block you, because if you don't like it, I understand. Nobody, you know what I mean? Block me, unfollow me, that's fine. But so you are going to probably offend somebody, and but that's okay. They're not supposed to be a part of your tribe anyways, right? I do. And what Carmen, I think you should invest. I know right now, that you're saying that you guys couldn't even, go to Vegas, but I really, really think putting that investment in the social team builder, because I know right now, this is the most interaction that I have ever had on my page of cold market. I have not yet been able, and now, so that's the thing is, then it comes down to me closing it, talking to them, getting to know them, that relationship part. I love that face. I think I did that face today on my live video to Kason. But like I was telling, I think it was, no, I don't think it was you, Carmen. Maybe it was Shannon. I was like singing STB brings all my tribe to the park, because I'm literally, you know what I mean? Because like I want to make a meme about that, because I actually have like 3 or 4 people a day saying I want to get started. But my free shit is messing it up. I need to change my name. And I never had that before Social Team Builder. You know what I mean? Like I have almost 4,000 new people who like my page since I started in June. We're 3,000 something now. And so it's from the page advertising that I'm paying right now $1 a day from. And then I've been boosting some call to actions, and I just last week I boosted some of the videos that I did, my live videos that I did from a week of hard labor, and I got more likes from that, like just to boost. It wasn't a call to action, it was just boosting the video, but I really do believe the things that they have you do, or the social team builder, what they have you do to learn how to use the ads efficiently and spend the money efficiently, it works. Then it comes down to you, though, coming on live, showing your personality, showing your life, being a little bit vulnerable, which I'm still lacking big time on the whole vulnerable thing, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm just, trying to show the personality, trying to do that, because one of the things that I started doing too is I started doing the IG stories, because, when I listened to the National Wake Up Call, she was like, I don't remember, but they were saying like, yeah, it's great that you can spend the money. Some of us leaders can spend money on social team builder and ads, but not everybody has that extra income to be doing that on a constant base, right? But IG stories, they were saying, it was supposed to be this next new thing. First of all, not a lot of network marketers are on there right now, so it's like a brand new market, and but my thing is, I've been doing IG stories and sharing stuff, funny things, whatever, my workouts, but it's this, I'm having the thing on Instagram where it's the same people seeing my stories. It's you guys. I love y'all, but they're not for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and huh?
No, we understand. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. So I'm having that feeling on Instagram, and trying to figure out, how do I get new people? But I am getting new people on my Facebook page, and I'm getting more contacts, and I'm getting more, and I'm like, literally, I'm kind of like a little bit treading water, a little like under stressing out, because I have so many conversations, and that's a good thing to be stressed out about. You know what I mean? Like, I have so many different conversations going on right now. I need a better system in that point, but it is all because I followed the team builder training, and I could probably do a lot better too, and watching the Zoom chats and stuff like that. But I do think that is how I've been able to get into the cold market, because before, the way that I got into the cold market before was I did groups, you know what I mean? But that was before everybody did Facebook groups. And so it was easy to meet people there, and that's not easy anymore. I'm sorry, that's just, you can't do that the way that we used to do that anymore. That's not a place to go. So what I think right now, the two things to help with the warm market by doing it through social media is figuring out your IG stories and how to get more people to see your IG stories, which I don't know. I need to figure that out. And learning how to get your page be seen by more people. And the one way that I figured out how that works is investing in social team builder and doing that training. So I don't know, how much is social team builder now? I know they always do like a deal every once in a while.
It's right around $300, but I don't think they're open. I don't think they're taking new people right now. I think it's closed for new signups right now, but they're getting ready to launch it again.
Well, that's what I thought. That I could have swore that I saw him post something about, but he does have his free 7-day one. That does give a little bit of an insight. Have any of you guys done the free one? Dalila, are you in the team builder right now?
I'm in it, but I'm not heavily involved.
You need that. You paid for it.
I know, and that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So when you get off of here, you're starting on module 1.
Yeah.
Think Carmen are gonna kick your ass.
Please
By next week, you're not at least at module 2. You have.
Right, I will.
Oh, seriously, you paid for this. So,
yeah, I know, and I mean, yeah.
If you haven't done the training or invested in the training yet, and you don't have access to it yet, it starts out with really just getting your like page set up. So make sure your images are good, your header is good, that you're telling your story, that you're being authentic, that you're being true to who you are, and posting consistently, and really getting a good message out there. And then they turn to starting to run ads and finding a good ad. And it's with videos. They say live video every day, and creating some videos that you're going to turn to start to run ads. So if you're thinking about signing up and they don't have it open yet, you can go ahead and start by getting your like page up and running and being consistent on it. And if you're like me, you're not going to, right now I have 350 people that like my page is all, and I haven't been running ads. So I still need to figure that out, but I'm still struggling with my avatar. So until I figure that out, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on ads. And maybe I'm going about that backwards, but I really think that I need to figure that out first. I need to know who I'm talking to before I start spending money.
Did you ever figure out your winning ad though?
I had a couple that were doing okay. They were right around 15 cents. They weren't as low as I would have liked, but it was okay. And I was willing to take that and run some ads with them. I don't like running it in the Beachbody audience. I don't like that they do that. It's just my personal opinion on that, because I got a whole bunch of coaches that like my page, and it doesn't do me any good to have coaches liking my page. No. So I wish they could come up with a way to get fitness people to like your page and not have it be Beachbody.
That's why it's hard to get, because you can't get all fitness people liking your page, because a lot of fitness people that are not Beachbody don't like us.
Right.
So it's hard. That's like the safest group of people to find out what's going to attract them, because if it attracts the people that already like Beachbody, then we're going to attract the right people. So like, I think I got down to 15 and 13 cents on 2 of my winning ads. And then when I did the other part, and I think that, I know you're still working on your avatar, but I seriously think you just find like a couple of pages that not specifically hone on your avatar. Like I literally kind of did what the girl did on the thing, and went to high-end baby clothes just because I know that they were going to be a mom and spent money.
But your avatar is moms. Like, I don't think mine is. Well, I don't have little kids. I don't have so it's hard for I mean, I'm a mom, but I don't connect with other moms like a lot of moms do. So I struggle to figure out who it is that I really want to connect with and what kind of pages to go. Because I've tried a few different things, and I get people that don't speak English, or they're just not my avatar at all. And I'm like, how is this even possible when I was very particular with.
What pages were on there?
It was like, I don't even remember. I'd have to pull it up. It was.
Right. We can look at that.
I picked a couple life coaches, and then I picked like animal lovers, that sort of thing. And it just, but I was specific about.
Oh, so that would sorry.
Being in the United States and not speaking English. I mean, speaking English, and I even narrowed it down to say who I didn't want to include, and had a few selections in there. And it wasn't good. So I need to go back and look at it again. I just am very hesitant to spend money on ads if I'm not going to see a return on my investment.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. Tanya, I just posted that link. It's the free training. So at least you can get like 7 days of free training, just kind of get started and see how it's all, what's it about or whatever. So I would go sign up for that. I really think that like I said, for me, and if you look at the leaderboards, Rachel Baldwin, Success Club, Rachel Baldwin, she's actually spoken a couple of times on Social Team Builder. She's on our team. She's in my downline. She's like 50, 60, Success Club points, doing amazing. And one of the reasons that I got into Social Team Builder is I kept seeing her name come up on the top 10 every month. I was seeing her name come up on the team shoutouts. So I sent her a message. She's under Wendy Spencer, who is under Sarah Lenore, who is under Daphne. I mean, so it's like way down there, right? But I sent her a message. I'm like, what are you doing? Because she was just, she looks just like a normal mom. She's not like crazy, abs or, you know what I mean? Like I seen some of her posts and it wasn't anything like outrageous. She's just like a typical mom. And so I'm like, what are you doing? And she said that. She goes, I signed up for the Social Team Builder and I went all the way in. I did everything that he said. I did it. I just went in. And she goes, at that point, she wasn't recruiting yet for her team, but she was getting people in her challenge groups. She was, if on your page, you can select, Carmen showed me how to do this. You can select other pages to watch them to see how they're doing. And I follow Dara and I follow Carmen because she's the one who taught me how to do it. So she was like one of the first ones. Megan,
don't follow me.
Stephanie, the Stephanie girl, the Social Team Builder, so I follow all of them, and Rachel has she may not have the same amount of followers. Like the amount of people that like her page is a lot less than like some of these other big ones, but her rate increase is higher and her reach is bigger, you know? And so it's like, there's lots of people that when you go through it and you do it, you know what I mean? They're getting themselves out there to that cold market, so that once you get into that cold market, then like you said, Tanya, you can start talking to new people and planting new seeds and, you know, stuff like that. And Rachel said in the last thing that I saw, she goes, right now my problem that I'm having is that I can't keep up with the amount of people that want to join something.
Oh, poor baby.
I know. And that's what I'm sitting here going, and that's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm spending so much time talking to so many people, and I'm like, I'm not closing anything because I'm so like, well, where are you at? You know what I mean? It's like, I've never been in that situation where I have so many people to talk to that I'm kind of talking to. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this investment is worth it. If Dalila, if you do not finish module,
no, I think I've gotten through about 3 modules. I'm down to the point where he's saying, he gave us a guy to reach out to update, because I need to update my like page, like the banner.
Yes.
Like I think his name's Frank or something like that.
French.
So yeah. So really it's just reaching out to him and just taking action. So I have listened to modules.
He did mine. My new banner, he did mine.
Okay.
I think it was like $35.
Oh, okay. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like $35 to get him done. And in the social team builder peer group, he posts, that guy French, Aldison or whatever, he posted, he's like, hey, I'm taking new people, comment below if you want to get yours. And then what happens is that you put a whole bunch of images that you want to use in a Google Drive, and then he goes and creates it or whatever.
Okay.
You definitely want to see if you can get like somebody to take some pictures, you know what I mean? Like some good pictures, that not, you know, some like nice pictures of you that they can, you know, put up with you and your daughter or something like that. To show like the whole mom thing and like working out and stuff like that. But yeah, you already paid for it. I would start, you know, definitely. And like I said, that one. And the other thing is like, I do feel IG stories and Instagram is a really good place. I just don't know yet, and I need to figure out how to get more people to see my IG stories.
Well, one of the things, when you do your hashtags, when you hashtag this is one of the things I remember from one of the wake up calls with the Instagram. No, actually not from Instagram. It was actually something I saw on Facebook. When you're tagging, are the tags that you're using, are they like millions and millions and millions of people also using that same tag? Because if they are, then that's not the right one to use, because that's getting lost. So yeah, so that, like, because I noticed like I'm getting a lot more likes on my Instagram page, because like I started doing Pug Mom, and there's like 600,000 people that search on that, as compared to like health and fitness, who's like 11 million. So it helps with whatever hashtags you're using. And he said to use at least 25 and then copy and paste it in your notepad. So then every time that you do it, you could just go copy, paste, and just pop it in there. So then that way you're not having to keep doing it over and over again. You don't have to remember what you used before.
How old was that training? Because I thought I just read that you don't want to use that many hashtags.
I just saw it a couple of weeks ago, but he was just like, I don't use that many. He was just like, you can use up to 25, but he said, don't do the ones that's like, he goes, if you see one that's, because like I'll go in there and it'll say like size workout, or it'll say like ab workout. If I see one that says ab as core workout versus core workout today, and the core workout today had like 300,000 people and core workout had like 3 million, I'm going towards the 300,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then you're not getting lost in the shuffle. And it's actually been working.
Yeah, I need to do that. And like I said, and I actually enjoy doing IG stories, and I actually enjoy watching IG stories. So that's why I really want to start doing, I am doing it, you know what I mean? But I want to get better at it, and trying to follow people like that. Jatana, the one that did the National Wake Up Call on it, like her IG stories are amazing. Like, I love her, and I don't even know who she was until like this thing. I'm like, I want to be your friend. And I went to go look at her Instagram page, and most of her posts that she does on Instagram, she doesn't even use hashtags.
Oh.
So I'm like, there's missing something. You know what I mean? Because like, I swear I went to her IG, her page. I was like, what is she doing to get so many people to see her IG stories? And when I like, let's see.
Does she have a business page too? A business Instagram?
No, I watched her page that she uses her IG stories for.
I prefer, honestly, I love Instagram way more than I love Facebook.
If you look at this, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, but I just want to show you, like, this is her latest post. She has not one hashtag.
Really? How many people liked it?
Probably a lot.
139.
Do you see it in the comments though?
Yeah, there's nothing in the comments. That this is the whole. I don't know. Oh, Sam, I don't know if you can see that. But
yeah, I can see.
That is her whole. That's the whole post. This is the picture that goes with it.
Huh.
So that's what I'm like. What? She doesn't. And like.
Oh, well, I have to. Yeah.
She has 13.4 thousand followers. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you get that many followers if you're not doing hashtags?
That's a great question.
Yeah. She's also Mrs. Virginia, and she's got quite a following on Facebook. She does her little dance things every day that gets 1 million people watching.
Location. I think she uses her location too, because she said that on her. Yeah. She said that sometimes people just be searching on location. Mm-hmm. Like she said, met a woman because she saw that they were in the same space at the same time, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I met a cool new friend," because I actually remembered that call. So she uses her location too. I don't use my location. I don't like people knowing the hell I am. Mm-hmm.
I do remember her saying that, but I mean, like, that's why I'm like, that's great that she's missed whatever and everything, but like, I just feel like there's something else that she's doing to get a whole bunch of following. You know what I mean? Without using hashtags.
I know I have a friend that when he started his fitness, I mean, he's not Beachbody, nothing, but when he started, he bought followers. So it shows that you have a ton of followers without even.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that everyone does that. I know it's a way to show people. So then they go, oh, look, they're followed by a ton of people. So then people start,
And she probably did also boost her page too, because do a boost.
Oh, yeah. I haven't really done boosting on Instagram.
Yeah, I actually disconnected mine because I originally had it on there and it was a pain in the butt. So, but you can now do a boost as well through Instagram. Yeah. And I think the other good thing about Instagram is that when you go onto Instagram and you click on the person's face, you're automatically taken to their Instagram stories. So it's like you get to see their stories and you kind of get to see them even if you don't actually see their post, their actual pictures, which I kind of, I actually kind of like that about Instagram. So they actually kind of force you to watch them at Goofy and actually get to see them on their actual Instagram post.
Yeah.
About to die.
So trying to work on that. And I remember I hired this person and after a while it got really expensive. She actually took over my Instagram. She logged in as me and she created like a lot of stock photos. She took some of my photos and like made them prettier. And literally I think in the time that she took over and did that, I mean, I think I think maybe I got over 1,000 followers with her I had her for like 2 months. And she just knew how to market it. She did the tags and she got people, you know what I mean, to comment. But the thing is, at that time, I was like, that's great. I'm spending all this money for you to get these people to comment on or to like my, follow me or whatever. But I didn't know how to connect with them. I couldn't figure out how to connect with them. I'd send them direct messages. Nothing was working. So I stopped it because I was like, the amount of money that I'm spending is not returning me anything. That's great that I went up 1,000 followers, but nobody's wanting to join anything. I'm not getting anything back. And so I had to call it quits. But now I'm kind of like, well, if I could just get people to follow me, then hopefully they'd see my Instagram stories. So I don't know. But I do feel like that is another way to get to cold market, is just figuring out how to do it. And I don't have the solution for that. To get your cold market on Facebook, the solution for me is Social Team Builder, but actually doing the Social Team Builder, you know what I mean? And I did for Carmen, I did the interview with her, so there's a part where you do, Dalila, if you want to do your interview, we can set up a time and we'll do the interview with you. Okay. Whatever I need to do to get them, I got to get these kids to bed soon. Mm-hmm. But, so anybody other questions? Or any you guys trying? Are you guys? First of all, like if you guys not interested right now, don't have anybody for the Shakeology intro, just let me know. But I know, like I had one person. She's in my challenge group. Like I was like, where did all these people come from? She invited like 30 people. I mean, she's just a challenger. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go send the messages.
Why isn't she a coach?
We don't know yet. We're gonna figure this out first. It's Shamika. If you guys know Shamika from the group, she's the other girl that has she's the other girl that had the other lady that has the another Canine Corso. She's like Shamika Canine Corso or whatever her last name. She like invited like a ton of people. I was like, whoa, awesome. Okay. Let's get them in first and see how we go with here. But I just noticed that today. I didn't realize. I was like, who are all these people? And I looked and said, invited by Shamika. I was like, all right, girl, I hear ya. I hear ya. Let's get this working. So like I said, I definitely, if you guys want to do this, I'd like to like split up the post, because I got the post from Shannon. Because what we're gonna get them doing, and any cool recipes. Today I tried a new recipe: half vegan cafe latte, half vegan chocolate with caramel extract with coconut almond butter. Coconut almond milk. It was really good. Very good. I was like, it's like a cocoa caramel macchiato. But anyway, so let me know, you guys. Like I said, invite to the event or create your own event and just invite everybody on your friends list. You know what I mean? You never know, that one person might be, oh my God, Sam, you haven't even chimed in about your news. Sam, you gonna tell us about your news before we sign off?
I don't think she can hear you.
Can you hear me, Sam? I don't think she can hear me. Mm-mm. So I'll tell you, Sam. Okay, so anyway,
I'm sorry, my phone kept cutting out.
Oh, I was going to tell. Well, Sam went live talking about her latest group that she's.
See, look at it's doing it again.
Uh-oh. So she went live and she's promoting her new group about fear, about getting over fears, and she's gonna, get into group and do this up. And guess who popped up on her live feed? Isabel Deichler. And Isabel Deichler told her that if she could get at least 100 people in this, Face Your Fear group, she will actually go live in that group to talk to them. So I think that's something that's really cool that we should try to get together and invite people and get people on there, because I think that would be a really honor to have, I think it was cool Isabel Deichler got on her live video.
Yes.
Actually, it was like, after the fact, I went to go see, like, Isabel was like, not just like, hey, you're cute. She was like in the conversation. It was really cool.
Awesome. Congrats, Sam.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was, it gave me chill bumps, when she first came on, and then when she made that awesome, if you can get 100 people in the group. So I've been promoting it, and of course, excuse my horrible voice, I'm drinking tea because I ended up getting strep throat this weekend. So I've been on bed rest the last 2 days. I'm completely on antibiotics, but the last couple of days I've been pushing everything from Facebook to Instagram and getting people over from Instagram. They have a Facebook page wanting to join this challenge group. So, if you guys know anyone that wants to be a part of this group, and it's, and like I said in the intro video, yes, we're going to be doing fitness, and yes, there's going to be accountability for that, but it's I really just want it to be a group where people can join it because, you know, we all have issues we're dealing with, but it's, you know, what is it you need to tackle? It, you know, regardless if it's being healthy and fit, you know, moving, new job, wanting to, you know, quit your job and do something you love. So there's a billion and one reasons of why we're all so fearful, and it's really getting to the root of it. So I'm going to be doing daily posts. Today was the first day I didn't do one since Sunday, but I'm going to be back on it tomorrow and, you know, just keep posting different things. So if you guys know anyone.
When does the group start, Sam?
It was technically supposed to start yesterday, but the amount of people I've gotten in it just hasn't really, you know, so even if we start it a week from now, I'm okay with that, you know, because I really want it to be a group that has meaning to it, and I don't want it to feel rushed, if that makes sense.
No, I think you, definitely wouldn't want to rush it, and so that it's good, and we get the people there, so we get, you know, Isabel on there. So like, let's share. You done? Yeah. What are you gonna tell me? Say hi.
Hi.
We're gonna say, okay, you guys, I gotta get these guys to bed. But yeah, I will definitely share and get, like, when you get a date, you know, what we can do together, because I think that's really cool. Let's do, everybody say hi on Instagram stories, and then we're gonna say good night. Hold on. Okay. This is Girl Boss Night. Say good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions, the group and everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Hold on.